What's up, YouTube? Heavy coming to you, Captain Awesome's Fish Room. I got some news to share with y'all, but the majority of the video is going to be a little tip for all you planted tank guys out there. But for all my cichlid lovers, the main part of my family here on YouTube, I'm going to do a little hand feeding, let y'all watch. I'm going to do an above shot and a below. So, let me find it. Okay, here we go. Woo! That was kind of weak, but y'all get the point. This is the Gorillas Blue UMBEE Chronos, looking magnificently dope. Oh, y'all didn't get to see that very good. I'll give him another. Don't worry, I won't let y'all down. Okay. Well, here, let's go over to the female. Let her eat. She's been coming up to the hand feeding action. Here she comes. There we go. Sorry about the glare, guys. I know that's trash, but you know, I gotta work with what I gotta work with. So many tanks facing each other, and make sure I get a good shot because he's fast. Look at him, just wanting it. Woo! He jumped out for that. Yeah, Chronos, man. Chronos. Alright, we'll go over here to my boy Micro Machine, and we'll start talking about the news that I have. As y'all know, my Dovii pair, Big Rig and Beyonce laid some eggs, and we were expecting some baby rigs, right? Well, unfortunately, which is to be expected, guys, because it was their first spawn, there is no more eggs. I mean, there's a few left, guys. Well, actually, they already ate. Oh, no, there's a few more left. I did check for wrigglers up inside her log. She's been spending a little bit of time in there, but I couldn't see any, so... but you know what? I mean, I'm doubting it because there's still some eggs there that have the little black spots for eyes. So, you know, I mean, it's bad news in a way, but either way, it's still, you know, great news because they did form a bond. They are a pair now, so she's been spending more time out in the open even since those eggs are gone. I mean, she goes inside her log a lot more, but she's not staying in the log for an extended amount of time like she normally does. I mean, we'll be able to see her more often than not, and that's because they did form a bond, guys. So, you know, they bred, so they like each other, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, you know, I think that she hides in there mostly because this guy right here is a little rough. Beautiful, but rough. And, you know, he tends to want to chase her around a little bit. So I am expecting another spawn, you know, within the next maybe 2-3 weeks or so. And this should be more successful. You know, there should be more viable eggs in the lay. And you know, I mean, we'll probably get a successful spawn out of them on the next try, maybe even the try after that. But I will keep y'all updated as far as that goes, and you know, we'll definitely be having some baby rigs coming soon. A little update on the male jag down here. I got a group of the F1 Jags that my wild caught pair had, and you know, I'm growing some up, and once I get 3 or 4 females, I'm going to throw the 3 or 4 females in with them and let them pair off by themselves. You know, I don't really want to put just one female in there because I want the best possible pair that I can get. Now this guy, he is a beautiful example of you know, a Jaguar. I mean, you can see his colors are just phenomenal, okay? I mean, he's already having blue down inside his pectorials, little yawn there. His eyes are just this beautiful orange-red color, so, and he's really active, and just looks, I mean, his form is just stunning. I mean, this is a good example of a Parachromis Maniguins. So, you know, stay tuned for future updates on this little guy right here. If I had to, you know, give y'all an estimated size on this guy, I'd say he's about maybe 3.5. About 3.5, maybe 4 inches. But I mean, he's just a remarkable specimen. I mean, look at him. You can see the bronze, the golds, the greens. Well, maybe not so much in this camera, but, you know, either way, I mean, his patterning is just awesome. I mean, I couldn't say any more. And let's see, what other updates do I have before I give y'all the little tip for the Planet Aquariums? Oh, this guy right here, Micro Machine. I'm going to do a measurement on him. It may be today, but I'm not completely sure on when. But if I had to give y'all a solid estimate on this guy's size, I'd probably say maybe 4.5 inches, maybe even 5 inches, just on the brink though. I mean, look at this guy's freckles though. All up on his nose, on his snout, on his cheeks. And Forrest actually noticed this. He's actually starting to get a nuchal hump. You know, I mean, it's not predominant, but you can see it on the side there, how it's starting to lift up a little bit. But God, look at those freckles, guys. Man, that's just a beautiful specimen right there. And oh, okay, so we can go to the tips and tricks of today. I have a special treat. This is for anybody that likes putting moss on rocks or you know, wood. You know, just likes putting moss on stuff, and you know, generally, you know, you want to use like a fishing line or some kind of thread to, you know, kind of wrap it up on there to where it won't float away. But the tip that I'm about to give you will eliminate that. Not in all cases, guys. You know, if you have a really smooth rock or a really smooth piece of driftwood like manzanita wood, you know, this really won't work too well with that. But let me get my little chop block here. I'll give y'all an example. What you want to do is you want to grab some moss. Let me find some real quick. I know I have some in here. There we go. I'll grab a little bit of moss real quick so I can show y'all what I'm talking about. What you want to do is you want to grab your moss, and guys, a little bit goes a long way with this tip, okay? You want to grab your moss and you want to chop it, okay? Chop it up really good, like this. And I'll show y'all what I mean by a little bit goes a long way. Let me just get it chopped up here. This is a trick that I learned a couple years back. I think even Takashi Amano uses this, or does this. Just want to chop it up real good, make, you know, little small pieces. And guys, remember, this won't work if you're trying to put it on a smooth surface. So, but then after you chop it up, what you get is, you know, kind of like a little clump of, you know, you get a bunch of little pieces of your moss. So you grab it up like that, okay, you just grab it in your fingers, and then I'll just use this piece of wood as an example because it has a little bit of splintering in it. You want to take it then and then just kind of rub it on. You know, make whatever you're rubbing it on wet first. But what you do is you just, you know, rub it in like this, and, you know, just kind of work it around. And what this does is it gets, here, let me get my fingers all cleaned off. There we go. And what it does, guys, is it gets it inside the nooks and crannies that you really can't tie moss to. You know, I guess you really can't see it too well, but you can see that it's all right there, all up inside this little groove here. And, you know, that's basically what it is. It's just a way to attach moss to, you know, some driftwood or a rock or, you know, something like that. Now, it won't work on smooth surfaces, guys. It will not. The moss will simply just float off of it. But if you have, you know, a semi-rough surface like this Mopani driftwood or those types of rocks right there, the lava rocks. Let's see if I have any other examples. No, I don't have any more examples. But, you know, just y'all get the idea. You know, that rough type surface on your driftwood or your rocks. You can rub it all over. You know, you want to, and here's what I meant by a little bit goes a long way. The camera's not going to pick it up, but I'll show y'all where it goes. It starts up here. You can kind of see it right there. And then it's all right in there. The little pieces are all right in there. This whole little triangle right here is just filled up with all that moss. I don't know why this camera can't pick that up. I mean, it's like totally vivid to me. Oh well. But you know, that little bitty strand that I got filled up this little area right here, and this area is probably, let's see, about 1.5 inches by about 1 inch. So, you know, I mean, it would take a lot more moss to fill that little area right there than just cutting up a little bit and then smoothing it over that surface. And then what's going to happen is that moss is going to root into, I mean, obviously it doesn't grow roots, but y'all know what I mean. It's going to root into the surface that you rub it on, and it's going to grow bigger, and it's going to start crawling across and, you know, start fluffing up. So, you know, just a little tip. If you want to attach moss to something, I mean, you can use any kind of moss. You can use Java moss, flame moss, Taiwan moss, Christmas moss, willow moss, Riccia. You can use Riccia too. Let me show y'all. You know, you just got to chop it up, and then the same way, guys, you just rub it on there. And Riccia will actually stick a little bit better than your other mosses because it, I don't know, for some reason it just likes to stick to things. But you can see there, I just grabbed, oh well, there we go. I just grabbed a little bit, and look at that. And you just want to make sure that you rub it in really good, you know, press it down kind of firm, and, you know, just get it in there. And what that's going to do is, again, it's going to get it into the cracks that you really can't tie it to. And, you know, then that moss is going to take root and start growing from there. You know, same principle whenever you use the little moss mats. Of course, it's in between two pieces of plastic, so you don't have to have a sticky surface, but, you know, same principle. I mean, you have it and it grows up through these little things. Well, in here, you chop it up real fine to make it stick better. And it grows from there and gets bigger and fluffier and just nice looking, and you don't have to worry about the thread or the fishing line or anything like that. And it's not going to be as hard to tie it down and make it look the way you want. It's going to look more natural this way on the surfaces that are really hard to attach it to with thread or fishing line. So just a little planted tank tip there with moss and you know, stuff like that. So I hope y'all enjoyed. And as always, rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all are thinking. This is what I'm doing. This is what I've done. And we'll see y'all next time, YouTube. Adios.